Welcome to Freebird on the Great Loop.
We are home this fall and winter, taking a break from the Great Loop and enjoying Tennessee and some travels that we've always wanted to do. This video is of a trip we took to Maine.
service, and commercial lobstermen would have 800 traps. Commercial lobstermen, it'll take them about 4 days to go through all those traps, about 200 traps a day. Now I say about because between Memorial Day and Labor Day, you're not allowed to haul any traps on Sunday. One of the old.
Yeah, we got a couple lobsters in here.
We've got one.
We got one
Wants to
stuck
shake
halfway
hands.
up. We'll free him in just a moment here once the boat stops thrashing about.
He's got one of his claws sticking out. That's the cutter. That claw that's sticking out. One of that size, think of sticking your finger out and having someone 200 pounds step on it. That's the strength that's in those claws.
There you go.
So you don't want to get it caught. But we're going to get rid of that right now because it does tend to get a little much for you. Come back to that. The trap was designed back in Victorian times, and the section that we hold the bait in is called the kitchen. After they've had a little bit to eat, they then retire to the parlor. The larger commercial lobster, because it takes them about 4 days to get to there, has another room in there, and that's a little bedroom. On top of this one, feels rough like sandpaper. I'm going to come around. It's going to be easier to go up and down the.
Jonah, yeah. You overboard, Jonah?
So it's like Jonah and the whale. Oh yes, yes, you can eat these. And the license for lobstering is also a license for crabbing.
Why do you throw them overboard?
Well, we'll return it because it's not large enough.
Oh,
Can I take a picture of the space?
Yep.
Take care of
cool.
Oh, much smaller, yes. First thing that the lobstermen are going to do is they're going to be turning the lobster over. They're going to check underneath. What they're going to be looking for are eggs underneath the tail. This one happens to be a female, and we can tell that by looking at the swimmerettes. Those are the top two swimmerettes that we're looking at. They're soft and feathered right there. And that tells us it's the female. If she had eggs, they'd be visible underneath the tail. And one of this size would have about 4,000 to 6,000 eggs. They would look like little, very dark brown, black ball bearings. And what we would have to do is return her to the water. That's the two swimmerettes I'm referring to.
So how old is that lobster?
Swimmerettes.
And this lobster is probably in the area of about 5-6 years old, and it's molted out of its shell, most likely in the area of around 18 times.
Wow.
Oh.
Now, when I say molted, they outgrow their shells, just like little kids outgrow their shoes. A lot more when they're young. Open up, they will extract themselves from the shell, eat the shell for the nutrients that are in it, and then go and hide underneath a rock for the next 2 to 3 weeks. What they're waiting for now is their new shell to start to harden up. And then when they come out, they're hungry because they have not been eating for a while. 1/3 of their diet is other lobsters.
Wow.
In Maryland, we have crab.
Yes, you do.
And so a real delicacy is the soft shell.
Tail full of eggs. Before we return her to the water, we would have to notch the tail for that is, should she get hauled up again by a lobsterman, he'll see the notch in the tail, and he'll know that it's a breeding female. Return her to the water. That's how we keep the population in. Now, in order to be a keeper, they must be at least no eggs, no notch, and 3 1/4 inches from the eye socket to the back of the carapace. And it's going to move the eye out of the way and measure right to the back of the carapace. And this one is going to go back in the water. Just a shade too short. It comes down over the back. If it was a little longer, I'll show you some that are longer. If it was longer, we'd keep it and we would ban it. Remember I said the claw that was sticking out was the cutter? This is the cutter, this is the crusher. The cutter, you can see it's missing a portion of it. It will grow back. Should they have lost a leg or a claw, they will grow back. Same thing with the crabs. So this will probably take 3-4 moltings. Alright, so we've got the notch in there. That notch will last 3-4 moltings before it grows out.
They're bringing people around through here. They have to come around. Did come through. Pretty busy little town. That boat just took off with a bunch of people. Town is up there. The bus dropped us off. Some million zillion places to shop.